Okay, so let's get started. Firstly, the reason why I'm doing this, when I bought my C4S, I suspected that it had a short shifter kit. I never really checked. I had a slight problem where going into third from second or from a higher gear into third, I would have to feel around to find third. So that annoyed me a little bit, and I started exploring short shifter kits. So doing a bit of research, I mean, the stupid thing was that I didn't even really lift the gator up to check what was in there. I just assumed it never had one. So I went onto eBay and I found this specimen, which was supposed to be a GT3, a 996 GT3 standard shifter mechanism. Now, the description said this was a GT3 shifter mechanism, and I've checked the part numbers out, and it actually comes back as being an original standard unit that comes in a 996 GT3. The ad also said that this vehicle, the vehicle this mechanism came out of, only had around 19,000 miles. And feeling around, I mean, if I hold this part here, there is no movement in that whatsoever. So I have no reason to disbelieve what the description said. So the next stage was to find a short shifter kit, and I found this kit here. Just for everyone's benefit, there are hundreds of these on eBay and various other sites on the internet. This one here is from a company called Numeric Racing. Now, I didn't want to spend too much money, so I basically found the best that I could for a reasonable money. This unit here, what you see here, this is the short shifter kit, which we're going to be fitting in here. These are the bushes which go on the edges to hold that unit in there, and the two securing clips which will secure these bushes into here. So what we'll be removing is these bits here. We're going to chop them off one by one, and then our shifter lever will come out from its situ, and we'll be installing this unit here. Now, back to the story. So after buying all this, I decided one day to lift the gator up and have a look, which is something I should have done from day one. And to my surprise, there was a genuine Porsche shifter kit already installed, which was a pleasant surprise. However, this piece here had a lot of movement, which is what I think is causing me to feel around for third gear, because this part here does all of the side-to-side movement and the cable operation, as you can see from here. So mine has quite a bit of play side-to-side here. So when I'm coming out of, say, second and moving over to going to third, I'm having to feel around for third gear. That's my suspicion anyway. Hopefully I am right, because the gear changes apart from that are crisp and accurate. One other thing to point out before we go any further is that, I don't know if you can see from the angle of the camera, but obviously my car is a right-hand drive car, and if I turn this around, so I will be in the driver's seat here, this lever is pointing towards the driver's side of the car. Okay, this mechanism, as you can see, points to the left. So that is what does the side-to-side movement of the cable operation here. So this car, you can see from here, has been set up for a left-hand drive vehicle. So what we'll be doing before fitting this unit is removing these two screws and literally turning the lever around so it goes towards the driver's side. Okay, so once I bought all this kit, I then had another brainwave, and I started researching for a better mechanism than this. And here is what I found. I received this last week before Christmas. I purchased it from Numeric Racing, and I haven't opened the box yet. I wanted to do the unveiling in this video, so I'm seeing it for the first time and you're seeing it for the first time. So here it goes. As you can see, the box is unopened. I've just literally received it like this and left it. So this is a first for both you and me. Now, this is from Numeric Racing in America. It cost $699. I think it was another $60 or $70 for shipping. And then I had to pay another £137 for import duty and VAT. So here we are. What we got here? numericracing.com. Thanks for your purchase. So in the end, it turned out to be quite more expensive than what I thought with the duty and stuff. Always remember, when you're importing anything from abroad, you're not only going to pay shipping, you will also have to pay import duty and VAT when it arrives in the UK. So if you use a shipping company like UPS or DHL, they will contact you before they deliver your package and tell you need to pay for your duty before they can actually deliver your item to you. So this here is, from the research I've done, if not the best, one of the best shifter mechanisms on the market. Now, this lever has a 3 position adjustment. Impatiently opening. I'm not at all patient when it comes to these things. To be honest with you, I was dying to open this, but I really wanted it to be a special occasion. So, as you can see, this is a straight lever. However, there is 3 adjustment points, so you can make it, literally take this pin out and you can make it as short or as long as you like. So I think I'll probably have it in the center. I don't want it to be too long and I don't want it to be too short. So I'm always a midway guy. So this is what will be going in my Carrera 4S. You can buy these units with the numeric cables. You can see even the cable positions are adjustable. However, I'll be using it with my standard cables for now, which will fit perfectly into this. But from what I've read, all the reviews online, this the shift you get from this is phenomenal, and there's nothing else like it on the market. So that's the Christmas present to myself, and I'll be putting this aside for now and carry on with the rest of the video. So these are the tools that you will require to remove the old shifter from our shift mechanism and to fit the new one. So here we have a hammer, a nice sharp chisel. This is a brand new one I bought yesterday, especially for this job, from Wix. We've got a 19mm ratchet spanner. However, you can use an open-ended, and a 6mm Allen key. So I've got two versions here. you can use either or, really, it doesn't really matter. It's whatever you have. So here we are. In order to absorb the shock when I cut these lugs, and also to hold the mechanism steady, I've placed this car mat down onto my work surface, and we're going to start cutting off these lugs here one by one, and these as well, and that should release these bushings from here, which will release the lever. You can see it doesn't take that much force, and there you go, we've done 2 in one go. So I'll tell you what I'll do, I'm going to remove these cable connectors. They just pull off, that one pulls off, that's for the back and forth motion. And then the blue one here, it's actually got, if I turn this upside down, it's actually got, let's try and remove this clip, just a push pin that just secures that cable in there, and that one comes out like that. So we'll put these to one side. So these are quite tight still, so in order to get to the other ones, we just gently turn this around. I mean, as you cut them off, it will become more and more freer to turn. There you go, there's another 2. It's really important to have a good cutting tool, because you just make yourself more work. There you go, there's another one gone. You can probably do this with a Rimmel cutting tool. The only thing is, you don't want to damage the main body of the shifter kit. Always be really careful with your hands. Of course, safety first. There's one more at the bottom. And there you go, that's one bush done. You see how easy it is? So we do the same for this side, and look, you can see already that's about ready to come out. 2 at a time, not bad. Just one more left at the bottom. You can see it's nearly free, and we've just ruined a perfectly good GT3 shift mechanism. I think there's one more at the bottom, but that should just break. Yep, there is. We'll just get it from there. And there we are. That's as easy as that. So that, I mean, this job could have been a lot harder depending on what I was using to cut the lugs. So I've seen quite a few videos and people struggling because they haven't got the right tools. So here we go. There's a little bushing in there. I'll tell you what we'll do. You can also remove this part here by just pushing on that pin there. It's just a plastic bushing that holds it in, and then we can remove the whole thing. It's just nice and tight in there, which is good. I just get my little, you can use the Allen key to just push that out like that. There you go. And now we have the whole shifter mechanism out. So that's the hardest part really. The rest of it is smooth sailing, it says. So this is a really brittle plastic. It comes off quite easily. Just give that a little clean. So this is actually a really good mechanism. It's in really good condition, you can tell. I mean, they do get a lot of wear. These are plastic components, and I mean, the grease dries up over the years. As you can see, this is fully greased still. That slots in there like that. The bushing is, I suppose that's the only thing that wears, really. And that's where you get all the side to side movement. So put that aside. We're going to be reusing this. There are products on the market which replaces this with a solid billet piece. However, that is a little bit more involved because you have to drill this hole bigger because it comes with a metal pin. You don't use that, and this is solid billet. That kit is $299, and that also comes from the US. There's only one company that makes it. I can't remember the name of the company now, but I'll find it and I'll put the description below. So really and truly, if you really wanted to, you could get a solid billet piece, which is a separate kit altogether, comes with different bushings, ball bearing, washers and stuff for the shift lever, and you could use it in conjunction with the shift kit that I've got for this. But what's the point? I mean, you might as well just buy a Numeric Racing shifter kit, which will eliminate the whole thing, and it's probably the best product on the market by far. Right, so I've got a 13mm ratchet spanner, and I've already loosened them before, and we've just take that off. You have to be careful, there's two polyester bushes in there, and this is actually a threaded screw that just comes out like that. It's quite a clever design really. So we just take that out slowly, and all we want to do, we'll try and keep one of the bushes in there. All we want to do is swap that around. There you go. It's just fallen out. Oh, it's quite clever. What we'll do, just catch one side, and we're in. And before we get to the other side, we'll put the other polyester bushing, like so. Line it up, and there we go. And just screw that back in. Now we have our lever set up for right-hand drive operation. We'll get these back on. We'll just tighten those up. As I said earlier, there's various different, that's quite tight there. We'll loosen that a little bit. Maybe it doesn't need to be so tight. A bit more leverage. Yep, I did it too tight. So now we'll just nip it a little bit. There you go. Every day is a day at school. There you go. So now our lever is set up for right-hand drive operation, and we can start mounting it all back up. So now we're going to put our shift lever back into our casing. So just one thing to point out, on the old lever, this bushing which goes into there is no longer needed, so that's going to be redundant. The reason being is because the ball on this lever here is quite a bit bigger, just to compensate for the bush not being there. Okay, so what we are going to do is get our pieces in position. So put that back into place, get that, just line that up on this side first. There you go. Okay, so that's in place. Now we can put our pin back in to support our side to side lever. Let's get that back up. There you go. So that just simply just pushes in, line it up, push it until it clips back in. Okay, so now for our bushing. When putting these back in, be careful, because these adjusters here push this bushing in and out. Okay, so if I just put a little bit of force on that, that should click back. Just be gentle with it. It should click back a little bit. Okay, now as you screw this bush will push out just to get your lever nice and tight. So at the bottom of the opening where the bush goes in, there is a little ridge inside, and there is a ridge cut out on here as well. So what we do is we wiggle that around until we feel that ridge, and it just slots in. Okay, now what we can do, we can go ahead and put our circlip, so make sure we line the clip up with the grooves. Not quite in yet. There we go. And then it just needs a little gentle push just to clip in. There you go. That's in. Okay, and that will secure the bush from coming out. And all we can do then, we'll just leave that like that. The same with the other one, ridge at the bottom, there's a ridge inside, and that's our top bushing. And again, circlip, position into the grooves, get a little push down with the Allen key, and there we go. Okay, so now what we do, you can see it's all quite loose in there. So if the lever has any up and down movement, all you'll do is twist. Let's open that. Just twist that in until you feel resistance. Okay, and that is there. And we do the same here. And all this does is that bushing inside of the housing, that will just push that forward. You can see the lever has stiffened up, so we just release a little bit, and just, you don't even have to do it tight, just feel the slack, and once the slack is gone, then you're all good. Okay, and then what we'll do is get our 19 ratchet, okay, in the tightening position, and all we do is hold the Allen key so we don't over tighten, and just nip that just to secure it there. Okay, and then we'll do the same on this side. Just hold that in place because we've already adjusted to the position we want, and just give it a little nip. Okay, and that's it. And there is our new short shift kit. Now this unit here will fit a 996, a 997 and the Boxsters as well. They all use the same shift mechanism, okay? And you can really, I mean, if you want to tighten these up a little bit more, or even this to make this a little bit stiffer, you can do. I'll just demonstrate here, just give it a little nip here, and that already has gone a little bit, I mean, it's not tight, but just give that one a little nip as well. It just takes any movement out of it, and that there is a really nice, I can feel it already. When you get this back into your car, you're gonna have a nice, smooth, precise gear changes. Okay, so this will be given away to a lucky viewer, and all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, like this video, and leave a comment. At the end of January, I will be using a random comment selector to select the lucky viewer who this will go to. Guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you have gained any value from this at all, then please like the video. It doesn't cost you anything. Share it with your friends so somebody else will get value from it too. I hope to create much more valuable content in the future. Until then, take care and stay safe out there. Thank you.